So, we may have just witnessed the most even game on chess.com. You see, chess.com gave both these players a 400 for their game rating. And for the accuracy scores, White had 56.0 accuracy, and Black had 56.1 accuracy. And Black ended up winning this game, so that .1 accuracy made all the difference. And let's dive right into this masterpiece of a game. Two gladiators going at it. Two of the most brilliant minds in our generation. Who's Magnus? Who's Hikaru after this game? Let's do it. So, now, first of all, we're showing the new meta of openings, and that is getting your queen out on move 2. Right here, queen to f3. We're going for some scholar's mate, even though it's blocked by the pawn. Like, we're going for it. This is the new French defense queen attack meta. And then, I don't know the theory here, so we're playing an advanced French queen attack. And now, boom, White is going here with the novelties. Knight to h3. They're just inventing theory right now. Theory is being invented right before our very eyes, and you, the lucky viewer of this video, get to witness all of it. This is amazing. Now bishop to c4, still theory. And now, okay, we have the double bishop move. This is the French defense queen attack, knight on h3, move your bishop twice in the opening variation. Very good stuff by White. We have knight to e7 defending, and now we have some unpinning. We have a trade, and now the bishop attacks the queen. So the queen should go over here to h5, but what it does do is go down to e2, and now this is just a clean pawn, right? Bishop takes pawn, and it forks the knight and the rook, and Black is just swimming in pieces. But Black decides to develop a knight instead. All right, knight to f5. We have f3. Feingold says never play f3, but this guy does it, and it defends his pawn that was weak. We have a pawn trade, and then boom, queen pins the knight. Knight is now pinned. Castles. Knight is no longer pinned. Knight retreats. It is the French defense, so we have to play like the French and retreat. Bishop to d2. Setting up this little discovery tactic. Queen moves out of the way, attacking the pawn, and bishop moves out of the way. Good double bishop move because the queen defends his pawn now. And knight to d5. The computer doesn't really like this move because, like after this take, the best move is to take back with the pawn, but that kind of like leaves you open to this, and your king is still in the center, which could get dangerous. And castle and queenside, like it's not that safe. So, it just opens up your king. We have this trade. Bishop captures here, and now knight attacks bishop, and the other bishop is developed, getting ready for Black to castle. Again, the computer doesn't like this for the same reason, but also having the bishop pair is just better than having the bishop and the knight, but it's fine. And now b3. This is a genius move, okay? And this is called the concept of redundancy, because this pawn was attacked by the bishop. And so this pawn goes up to kind of block the bishop's attack. But this pawn is also defended by the rook already. So there's really no reason to do that. But, you just need to add an extra defender. Also, moving this pawn up protects it from the queen taking it right here. But again, it was already defended. So White is like, you know what? No matter what happens, I'm not losing any one of these two pawns. I'm going to just defend literally every threat you have, even though I don't have to. Actually, I think the point of that is to repair rook to c1, but not yet, because we have knight h5. This is going to set up a nice little checkmate tactic. As you can see, look at the tunnel vision here by White. Like, okay, White clearly went into this move saying, okay, he castled. I'm going to try to checkmate him here and just do that. So, knight, okay, let's move the queen. Alright, getting the queen. Alright, now the queen's in position. And the best move for Black, which Black finds, is to defend against checkmate with rook to g8. Good stuff, good stuff. Okay, pawn to f4. Let's attack like a monkey. The reason that the computer does not like pawn to f4 is because Black has queen to e5, and suddenly it becomes a who's attacking who situation. So, pawn to g6, attacking the knight. but this allows knight to f6 with check, and this getting your getting your pawn up, getting an enemy pawn right next to your king is a bad idea. And if black can find, or white can find a way through to black's position, I can't even talk, then black is in big trouble and is getting checkmated. But according to the Stockfish, black is still up. So now bishop to c6, retreating, opening up an attack here. Queen to h3. Oops, opening up an attack here. Queen to h3. And now we have bishop to d5. Again, we see the concept of redundancy, because this pawn was already unprotected by the from the rook's attack. But why just take the pawn when you can threaten it again and just make sure that white's not defending it? Okay, now white counterattacks with f5, and as you can see on the engine here, only 2 moves do not result in checkmate. But black pushes through, clutches up, pawn to g5, defending against checkmate. And now rook a to d1, defending against the pawn that was attacked twice. And now the bishop move makes sense. He didn't take the pawn right away because he wanted to take later and get a trade of rooks. But now that was actually a mistake by black, because white is at positive 3.6 on the eval bar. Oh, but this eval bar, it's not going to stay here for long. It's going to get quite the exercise as it plummets down to earth. Oh man, white went rook to c1 to attack this pawn, but this allows black a couple of good moves here, and one of which is bishop captures an f5. The computer liked pawn capturing better, but I couldn't tell you why. And now white goes queen to h5. There's not, like, this could get really nasty for black. Oh, white is threatening here, and then this is just, you don't want that. That's bad news bears right in the face of your king there. But black doesn't even regard the threat. He's going full Giga Chad mode. I don't care that you can just check me. My king is safe. Now this rook can never move because it's the only thing stopping checkmate. And if white somehow gets their other rook involved, it is game over. But black is undeterred. So first of all, we have this pawn capture, and now black attacks the rook, and now bishop to a3, defending the rook, but blundering the game. You see, white's plan was to go rook to c8, and the rook cannot, threatening checkmate, and the rook cannot take it, because this would be checkmate. But this is actually mate in 15. But black doesn't see it and just takes a pawn. Now, we have rook to c7, blundering again. And now we're at -5. White is just blundering before my eyes in real time. White wanted to go here with the queen and the rook, but the bishop defends that. So that is just a free bishop for black. But black does not take advantage. Black gets check happy. Bishop blocks. Black checks again. And king to h1, which blunders checkmate. And that game was 56.0% accuracy for white and 56.1% accuracy for black.